How you going, guys? I'm on the beach. Oh, I just got my feet wet. So there's not many places in the world that I can be walking to a protest on the beach. Well, there probably is, but it's pretty cool. So I'm just on my way to the light rail protest at Pirate Park at Palm Beach. And if you're in the area, please come down. It's at 8 AM. Thank you.
Put up a parking lot with a pink hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They took all the trees, put them in a tree museum. Charge the people $1.50 just to see them. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Hey, farmer, farmer, put away the DDT now. Give me spots on my apples, or leave me the birds and the bees. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.
Lovely to have you along. Okay, lovely to have you all along again this morning. It's a great cause. I am so pleased to have people join us in this mission to create a healthy, happy Southern Gold Coast for the future. To save our Southern Gold Coast. This light rail we all know is a very bad idea. I've just been talking to Pauline. Thank you. Pauline over here has ownership in some key businesses in Coogan. She's just been explaining to me how adversely all of her businesses are going to be affected. And it's not just her, but people trying to get to the airport. There's a myriad of problems just in one little pocket down there that are not being addressed at all. There are hundreds of stories like this, right up and down this highway. There's all of the community aspects, there's all of the issues related to the environment. So we've got a great cause. Now just to give you a bit of feedback in the last month, if you haven't picked it all up on email, I know we don't all read our emails, but Pat has finally put together a great community response from, how many different organisations, Gav? Six different community organisations have agreed on a statement of their intent for the future of the Southern Gold Coast as it relates to public transport. Light rail does not figure.
Hey, well done, Kat.
Some of you might have also read that I was speaking to Lois Levy in the last month. Lois was one of 2,000 people who met with the local member at that time. There might be another gentleman here who was at that meeting. He came back to me through our email post saying I was there too. Not seeing him put his hand up, but he came back and said I was there. This is 2,000 people 40 years ago kept from the beach here on this side of the Currumbin all the way to Thrower Drive, kept it for us. It was about to be sold off to Lend-Lease for a monster development. So we're the next in the line. It's our turn. I'm up for it. I know all of you are. We're still working on our structure. Obviously, we don't have 2,000 people here today, but we will get them one way or another. There is still hope. This is our biggest challenge, telling people this is not a done deal. We know it's not. Let's find all the other people we can tell that same news to.
Great for you all to be here. Thank you for turning up this morning. We had meetings with TMR this week and made some new discoveries. New discoveries are good. It means we haven't been on the right people for certain key aspects of this whole nightmare. And there is a heavy rail team. There is a preserved heavy rail corridor. We need to make sure they put that in before the light rail goes before it. We will never justify financially both of them. We need to make sure heavy rail gets the go-ahead and stop light rail in its tracks, literally. So I'm not going to talk too much because my voice is really struggling this morning. But thank you for being here, and as usual, grab your neighbour, offer them a lift, grab your friends, offer them a lift, ride share, get more people here. I had a lot of phone calls last night of people who had pulled out at the last minute. There are many options and they need to go back to the drawing board. Our stance is complete heavy rail as a priority and go back to the drawing board and have it publicly available as they are going through. We haven't seen business cases of stages 1, 2 or 3. Now, I've been assured that that's no longer the way they're going to do business. But it's basically saying, please excuse us. Well, no, we won't excuse you. We want those business cases. Stage 1's over 10 years old. It should be freely available. Why are they not showing them? Why is the cost of the electricity that I've been told was $5 million a month to run of stages 1 and 2? I'm told that's a commercial incompetence. No one will correct me on it. So there are a lot of things that we are not seeing, and that's why we need more people joining us to show that we won't stand for this. We want those business case studies, we want the post-completion studies, and we want the damn electricity costs. So, you know, apart from destroying our community, it is costing us money when we actually have an economic crisis, a health crisis, and a housing crisis. Where do we get off spending billions of dollars on 13 kilometres of track? It's beyond me, and it tells me there's something very dirty behind it, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. So, well done, everybody.
As I say, night rail not a solution down here. It's used costs, power usage, worse than traffic, absolutely it does. No parking. And hydrogen buses for 1/6 of the cost. Smart clean transport, 1/3 of the cost, and leave parking for shops and surf access. I absolutely totally agree with that, guys.
Good to hear.
Late last night, I heard the screen door slam, and a big yellow taxi took away my old man. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? We paid paradise, put up a parking lot.
We're going to be doing parking, nose to curb, taking away the trees and 4 metres of nature strip into people's bedrooms. You can expect this in Palm Beach. Our streets are not as wide as Burleigh. You can expect worse. So we thought tie a yellow ribbon around a Burleigh Norfolk Pine on the 18th, meeting at the Burleigh Surf Club on the northern side at 10 o'clock. And then bring a big piece of ribbon and choose your tree and tie a ribbon around it. If you want to write a letter, as in the song, write a letter and leave it at the tree too. But we're helping Burleigh mitigate damages, Burleigh, Miami, because they are the damages we will see, but far worse, because our streets are far more narrow. So please, ask your neighbours, ask your friends, pick them up, drive them here, ride share. We need to get the numbers because we need to march at council. You know, we've got meetings still happening, and it's good news, there is a heavy rail corridor. It's been confirmed, we've seen the maps. We're going to be meeting with the heavy rail team and onwards and upwards, but we need to increase our numbers.
We're working on our volunteer group. One of the major goals in the next month is to have more presence at places like PBC Market on the Saturday mornings leading up. I was there 2 weeks ago on my own. Maybe I just didn't work on my team enough that I didn't get to them early enough. But I had a fantastic response from the community there. People are really supportive. I had a large number of people walk up, just wanted to put their names down straight away because they're so supportive. And that was just me, one person, one morning. So if we can have teams of people, if you just can find an hour or two on a Saturday morning in between, that would be fantastic. So I really appreciate you being here today. I think it's a fantastic community project. We're still learning how we're going to go forward, but we believe this is worth every effort we can all muster for that end result. So enjoy the rest of your morning.
I'm here with Kath. How are you, Kath?
Thanks, Ben. I'm well, thanks. Yourself?
Good, thanks. Kath's from Save our Southern Gold Coast, and we are protesting against the light rail, aren't we?
We certainly are at that.
And a lot of people say they want to divert the light rail from Burleigh to the M1, and we feel that if it's not good enough for our street, then it's not good enough for anybody's street, and we don't want that thing going any further than where it is now. So there's been a lot of talk about extending the heavy rail, hasn't there?
Yes, we've been in meetings with TMR this week, and while we've all been saying there's a heavy rail corridor, it's protected, we have some people, some groups that are saying there is no heavy rail corridor. We have actually a politician that's behind that. There is no heavy rail corridor. It's been impinged upon. This week we were in a meeting, we sat down, we shared, we looked at the maps with TMR. It is there, it exists. And there is a team that's working on it. So we are in the process of waiting for that meeting. And in the meantime, we need to be able to keep up the public pressure. And we have an event organised for Saturday the 18th of March, meeting at the northern side of Burleigh Surf Club. And we're going to tie yellow ribbons, not the old oak tree, but around the Norfolk Pines. Choose a tree in Burleigh. The people there are already getting what is coming our way. They are taking out trees to make way for nose-to-curb parking, shining headlights into people's homes and bedrooms. We need to help Burleigh and Miami mitigate the damages, whilst also highlighting this is what is coming to us on stage 4. It was all quiet on stage 3 and now it's all happening. We need to make sure we help Burleigh and Miami, and it draws attention to the fact we won't take it for us either.
Absolutely, and we actually personally know a person that lives at Burleigh that's being directly affected by the council, well, not just the council, whoever's doing all this construction.
John Holland.
There's four Norfolk Pines in that street that are going to be taken down. Now those trees have been there for decades, over half a century,
yep.
And they're icons of Burleigh. And that's just the start. How many else do they want to take down? So we're going to tie yellow ribbons around every tree from Burleigh to North Burleigh, aren't we?
Absolutely. Tie a yellow ribbon, but maybe even go a step further and put a letter there, as in the song, tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree. Leave a letter telling us your thoughts. Maybe we can create something online where you can tell us your thoughts about what your message is for that tree, to save that tree.
Absolutely, because they're very important, those trees. They've been there for ages and they're an icon of Burleigh Heads. And as you know, all these developers and their council mates want to tear down all our heritage. They want it all gone for their monstrosity of the light rail, but we're going to do our best to make sure it doesn't happen, because it's not a done deal yet, is it, Kath? It's
not a done deal. There is no federal funding. We need to keep on putting the fight forward and stay in the meetings, keep the fight going on several fronts. So, people power, that's what's going to help. We need more people to turn up at our marches till we get to a point we can take it to Gold Coast City Council at a full council meeting, and let's have our signs everywhere. Let's show them we won't be spoken down to. We won't be second-class citizens. They are public servants. They are our servants, and they're not representing us.
No, they're not. They're greasing their own palms with developers' dollars, and you know, it's unacceptable. Isn't it?
Totally unacceptable. This is not, light rail is not about transport. It is about overdevelopment. If they're serious about transport, they'll finish the heavy rail and go back to the drawing board and include the public, open consultation and open business cases to show all modes, including zero-emission buses and Brisbane Metro-style trams.
Yes, yes. And I met a bus driver the other day from Surfside. Well, it's not called Surfside anymore, is it?
No, it's Kinetic. They're
Kinetic.
rebranding.
But he told me that a lot of these bus drivers are actually really annoyed that they've taken away their bus lanes up at Mermaid Beach for the construction of this bloody eyesore, and they're going to do that all the way along the route all the way to Burlington, where the airport is.
And you know, this is something people need to be aware of. Some people think they live a bit further west, they're not going to be as affected. In fact, you will be losing access to all your amenities. So if your kids do nippers, you like to go to the beach, you want to go to a surf club, restaurant, you won't be able to, because you won't be parking anywhere near it. It is taking away the access of your amenities, your civil rights.
Yeah, and you know, they said it's going to take 2 years to get from Pacific Fair to Burleigh. Do you reckon that's?
Definitely, it's been delayed time and time again. The truth of the matter is, stage 3 is only 90% complete in design, and they're building it. How does that sound? Tom Tate wants to build the bridges in stage 4 just to lock it in. We need to make sure they don't do anything to lock this thing in.
That's it. It's not a done deal, is it?
Not a done deal.
Thanks a lot, Kath.
Thanks, Spence. Nice to see you again.
You too.
I said, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.